Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you a plumber's secret on how to repair a leaking sink drain. So the first thing you do is by examining your drain to see where the leak is coming from. And in this case, you can clearly see where my leak is coming from. If it's been a while since you did your last maintenance on your drain, then you're going to take this opportunity by taking everything apart and just doing a general cleanup, removing all that buildup of waste, all that grog that builds up over time, which sometimes comes from animal fat from the meat, and all those kinds of waste. Look at that buildup. See? And even this looks even worse. I don't even know what that is. So go ahead and take it apart, making sure that you keep all the parts close by so you don't lose them, especially the rubbers, because those are the seals to the drain. So go ahead and just remove everything and examine where the dirt is, and that gives you a direction of how you're going to clean it thoroughly so that all this waste is out of the drain and you have a clean drain that drains water without any impediments. You can use a stick to just pull all that waste out of the drain and any other tool that you might have. Then the next stage, we are going to use soapy water just to clean all the parts. Remember to keep all the parts close by so that when we are putting them together, then you have the right parts. And also, more importantly, remember where every part goes into. If it's hard for you to remember where the parts or how the parts fit in, you can mark them using numeral or alphabetical order. And remember also, as you're cleaning, you can also use a stick just to get into those tight corners, just to get rid of all the dirt. Once you're done and you've rinsed everything, we're going to go ahead and just dry every part. See how it looks? Very clean, as good as new. Then now we start putting the parts together. Again, making sure that you have the rubber pieces, you don't lose them, and you put them back together as they were. And as you're tightening, make sure that you don't tighten so hard so that you don't break them. In this next step, we're going to be using bicycle tube. Cut them into 1 inch width and have them long, like 2 meters, 1.5 meter to 2 meters. Now go ahead and replace the parts, the joint parts as they were together. The bottom part fit as is shown in the video, and also the top part, which is the grate, and install the nut. Make sure to align the rubber to the opening so that there is no leak. And also remember, while you're tightening, don't tighten beyond measure so that you don't break. And now, using your elastic tube, you're going to place it as shown. And then with the first loop, you're going to lock in the starting point so that it doesn't unravel. And then you're going to do repeated loops on the same spot until you achieve almost the same circumference with the pipe that is coming from the wall. This is to protect water coming back into the drain and effectively stopping the leak that was there initially. Remember, as you're doing this, make it tight, but not too tight. sealing all the air pockets in this lock. And eventually we are going to take the tube on top of the bigger tube. Now take the elastic tube on top of the bigger pipe, also entirely locking it in. Remember, you can use something to tuck it into the bigger pipe. This is to prevent any more leakages coming from your sink. When you're almost done with this process, we are going to use the back end of a spoon, and we are going to use it just to pinch the tube, the elastic tube, so that we lock it into place and so that it doesn't unravel. You can also use pliers just to help you pry that part. Just pull it a little bit so that it is secure, it's locked in secure, and it doesn't come apart. And what remains now is to fill up our sink with water so that now we can test it and see if there is any leakage coming from your sink drain. Then go ahead and unblock your sink, and then right now we are going to examine, or we are examining, whether there is any leak. And as you can see, there is no leak that is coming from the initial point of leak that I showed you in the beginning of the video. And that's how you fix a sink drain from your sink. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe if you haven't, and click on the bell icon so that you don't miss my next video. Bye bye.